Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm sharing with you my 26 to 30 week pregnancy update. I honestly cannot believe I'm at the end of my 30th week of pregnancy. This time around it has flown in so quickly. I think being a working mum of a toddler, I just don't have the same time to dwell on it and really think about it as the first time around, and because I think I feel more prepared for what to expect, I'm less concerned about it. So when I was pregnant with Elena the first time around, I was obsessed with watching YouTube videos on, you know, how to feed your baby, how to bath your baby, all of these things. Whereas this time around, I've not really been doing that. Sorry if you can hear the rain in the background, by the way. It's decided to suddenly downpour while I'm filming this video, which is kind of typical Scottish weather. It was really sunny about 5 minutes ago. Yeah, so we're at the end of week 30, very much into the third trimester, and in this past 5 weeks I've had one midwife appointment. Oh dear, Jasmine's crown fell off. And at that midwife appointment they did the usual blood pressure checks, listening into the baby's heartbeat with the Doppler, they've started to measure, so I think around the 28 week appointment is when they first measure the distance basically from, I think, the top of your kind of uterus down to like your pelvic bone. That's basically how they measure like the progress of the baby. So the last time around, if you watch my pregnancy updates, Elena was measuring large for a baby, and so I had like a million gross scans in my third trimester. So far, baby number 2 is measuring in the 50th percentile, which is smack bang in the middle of average. So we'll see how they continue on that vein. I think when Elena was born, she was 8 pounds 6 in the end. I think they measured her, or they weighed her as more than that in the hospital, and then realised that they'd actually converted from kilograms to pounds wrongly. So I think she was 8 pounds 6 in the end, which is still quite big for a girl, particularly for your first baby, because generally your second baby's bigger. So that's going to be interesting. But just now, baby number 2 is still 50th percentile, smack bang in the middle of average. They also at that check took some bloods, and so far I haven't heard anything back which suggests that everything was fine, but they test things like your iron, your sugar levels for gestational diabetes and so on. They also do like a urine sample, and that was all fine as well. And then they just also like check, like the midwife presses on your belly and uses her kind of experience and her fingertips to feel where the baby is at. And at the moment, baby number 2 is breech, which means they are bum down, and the bum and legs were right in my pelvis, which probably explains all of the pelvic pain that I've been having. And I did mention this in my last update, was starting to get really quite painful, and it's kind of gradually getting worse. It's particularly bad at night, which is extremely annoying because I can't really sleep very well anyway. I need the toilet all the time. Every time I try to turn over to get a more comfortable position, I wake up because I'm in pain in the pelvic area just trying to turn. So that was one of the things that I'll come on to what she advised me to do for that. But that probably explains all that pressure down there, because the placenta's down there too. If you see my most recent update, I've got a low-lying placenta previa, so placenta is quite low down as well, and I've got a scan at 32 weeks to check whether the placenta has sort of moved up as my uterus has expanded. So fingers crossed for that. If it hasn't, it will be a C-section for me, which isn't the end of the world, but obviously it's not what I know. I had a natural labour last time around, so it's just a little bit more stressful for me. But yeah, the baby's still got plenty of time to move, so they're breech just now, but plenty of time to get in the right position. So I've got another midwife appointment at 31 weeks, so next week I have another midwife appointment, and then that will be followed with another scan at 32 weeks. So I'll update you on those. Right, we've now got a toddler eating a nice lolly in the video. It's kind of tradition these days, isn't it? Yeah, Elena's in the video. So yes, babies get plenty of time to move from that breech position, so I'm not too worried about that. In terms of the pelvic pain, that was the main thing that I did raise with my midwife because it has been getting progressively worse. There were a couple of days in the past few weeks when I was down in London, 2 days overnight, and getting to London is quite a palaver because you have to get to the airport, do the whole airport thing, do the plane thing, then get the shuttle to the train station at Gatwick, then the train into London and then walk to your destination. So it's quite a long drawn out process to make it into London for work. And then I was there overnight. There's a lot of walking going on, a lot of sitting on planes and sitting in the office, and all of these things are not particularly good for if you have pelvic pain in pregnancy. So I think that's made it worse. And even now when I'm kind of back to my day-to-day normal routine, like I said, at night time, that's when it really is difficult for me. And the sun's decided to come out, like typical Scotland weather. The rain has stopped and the sun has come out in full force. It's really, really bright. My midwife recommended that I self-refer to a physiotherapist who specialises in pregnancy. So, yes, darling. So I contacted them this week and I have an appointment for early April. And it's with like a women's wellness physiotherapist clinic, just to get a bit of an assessment. That is Elena in the video, yes. So that should be useful. In the meantime, they've advised me to avoid things like too much excessive walking. So obviously do your day-to-day walking. Obviously you want to stay healthy and fit as much as you can, but don't like really push yourself. Don't choose now to be the time where you go on like, you know, a 5-mile hike or something like that. Also to avoid standing on one leg, which sounds really ridiculous, but the example she gave is when you're putting on like your trousers in the morning, like you lift one leg, put it in, put the other one in. The other thing is like going up and down stairs, like one leg is higher than the other. Anything that kind of makes your pelvis off balance when it's probably already misaligned that's causing the issue in the first place is to be avoided. And another one is carrying heavy things like babies and toddlers, which is kind of a problem with this one because she's such a mummy's girl right now. But yes, so I'm trying to avoid those things and the run up to my appointment, and then my next update I will let you know how that appointment goes. In terms of any other symptoms, to be honest, there's not been anything new, which is kind of to be expected. I'm in my 3rd trimester. I feel huge. I'll show you the bump shot. I am huge. Whenever people ask me when I'm due, they're a bit kind of taken aback that it's not like in the next couple of weeks, I think, because I do kind of look like I'm ready to drop a baby out any minute, but clearly still got a little bit of time to go, hopefully. So it's basically kind of the same symptoms as before. I am starting to, you see yourself? I am starting to get just a tiny little bit more breathless, I would say, than I was before. But not too bad, nothing particularly bad. It's mostly if I am walking up and down stairs or going on a really long walk and doing it quickly. If I'm in a rush, then I feel a little breathless, but nothing particularly to be concerned about, I don't think. In terms of cravings and things, I don't have any new ones. I'm trying to eat a lot more healthy just now, and I think this summer weather coming in is really helping. I'm back on the salads. They are giving me heartburn a little bit, but I'm just kind of preparing myself for that, and being careful not to eat too much red onion because that's definitely the main culprit. Apparently also cucumber skin can give you really bad heartburn, so I've been avoiding cucumber too. But apart from that, I've been having salads more or less every day, trying to get lots of vitamin intake and lots of vegetables in my diet. So like for example, yesterday I had a huge salad for lunch with loads of olives and feta and things in there to make it really delicious. And then I had sweet potatoes in the evening with some chilli, like beef chilli on top, which was really tasty. And then fruit during the day. So I am enjoying healthy foods, and I do think summer coming around the corner is kind of partly to do with that, because that's the way I feel when I'm pregnant or not, whether I am pregnant or not. Otherwise, I'm feeling pretty good. Like apart from being huge, like honestly I don't notice I'm so huge when I'm in my day-to-day activity until I walk past the mirror and I'm like, whoa, gosh, I am actually huge. But the baby is moving about a ton just now, and I can feel so much movement, and it's quite low down, so I'm not surprised the baby is kind of breach and let kind of in that area, because that is the majority of the movement down there. Now and again I feel a humongous kick toward the top of my belly, but the vast majority of the time it's kind of uncomfortable squirming that they're doing, like rolling around quite close to my pelvis. And the baby's definitely getting quite strong, so now and again I will get a kick and I'm like, oh, that's really sore. Like really take me by surprise. They're definitely getting strong. Okay, all done. So I can definitely notice that. Obviously I can notice them moving about every day now, even just like little kind of movements I can really feel, because they're obviously getting bigger, and that's obviously reassuring. Although it is still the strangest sensation I've ever felt in my life. I honestly don't think I could be pregnant enough times to get used to that sensation. It's very, very strange, but it's lovely obviously as well. So I think that brings me to the end of this pregnancy update. Like I said, not any really goodbye, not any huge changes to the symptoms to update you on, but I have got a couple of appointments and a scan to update you. All right, calm down. To update you on next time, so I will do that. So if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Stay tuned for more videos like this, and if you haven't already, we would love you to subscribe to the My Fashion Cupboard Baby channel and join our family.
Goodbye.
I'll show you the bump shot just shortly, but for now, see you in the next video. Bye. Say thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. Bye. In terms of the bump, like you can clearly see, it gets pretty huge now. Like there is absolutely no mistaking that I am pregnant. So this is my kind of 31 week. I've just started kind of I'm in our 31st week now, so my 31 week bump. This baby is getting huge, and this is not going to be fun to try and lose at the other end, but there we go. That is the bump shot, and I'm really hoping it does not get much bigger than this, but we'll see.